I'm going to get pretty serious today. I'd like to talk a little bit about why so many photographers fail. I know it's a great thing that a lot of people want to be commercial photographers, editorial photographers, professional photographers. And I know that it's a hard business to get started in. I know that it is because I've done it twice in photography. One of the reasons, I think, is that photographers don't understand the place that photography holds in the economy, in the marketplace. There's been a lot of articles recently, sad, defeated articles, the death of photography. Google it, the death of photography. It's all over out there. But the pain that photographers go through when they're trying to start their business and trying to get it going and wondering why it's not succeeding, the pain is because of one little ingredient. And that is that photographers are wildly devoted, happily and ecstatically in love with the process of photography. And like any devoted partner, they see the relationship as sacrosanct, the most important thing in their lives, the process of photography. And they are 100% totally wrong to do so. Photography isn't a process to anybody but us. To everybody else, it's a result. Photography is a process very simply because of the technology, the work that goes into creating an image, the values that are set during the creation of the image, and all of those things wrapped up into gear, technology, which filter the process. When we romanticize the process, we find it more difficult and adapt to the new rules, to the new paradigms that come forward, because we're in love with that process at the time we fall in love with it. And then things change and, well, it's the death of photography. Not so. Not so. That's a disconnect. It's a damn shame. Let me give you some examples. Number one example, the often repeated mantra that now everyone is a photographer. Oh my God, followed by dramatic and heavy sigh. Everyone's a photographer. What they're saying is at one time, photography was devoted mistress only available for the select few. The chosen few, the ones that took hours and hours of practice. And they had to court photography with flowers and deckdoll. And they had to struggle in the darkroom and in the field with their meters and their measuring tapes and their upside down, backwards view cameras. But you see, clients don't give a damn about that relationship. They just want the pictures. They want those pictures to talk to their customers or to them. They don't care about the relationship, the love, the courting, the flowers, the deckdoll, the D76 diluted 32-1. They don't give a damn. Number two, obsessive gear acquisition. And since we are so in love with the process, we have to be in love with the tools. We have unboxing videos where people are unboxing the cameras and taking them out and holding them like they're precious jewels. And don't think for a minute that I don't enjoy a new camera. I do. Anybody who doesn't, I don't really trust them. You know what I mean? I do, but I don't obsess over it. The camera is a tool to get me from no picture to owning picture. In the middle, process. We have t-shirts proclaiming what brand camera we use. We have blogs devoted to, I bought this camera today. Let me show you some pictures I took with this camera so that you can see how great this camera is compared to that camera over there. On a screen that's 72 pixels DPI. That's all it is. You can see the difference? Good. I really can't. Clients don't share that obsession. Clients don't share that love affair with the process. Your client doesn't give a damn how much that camera costs, how many lenses you have. The camera, the client and the camera are dislocated. They don't care. It's like a guy needs lumber in Minnesota and you're in Ohio and you've got the lumber. He needs the lumber in Minnesota. He doesn't need to know that you're going to do it in a Kenwood or a Kenworth or whatever name of some truck. Is it a Chevy truck? Is it a Ford truck? Does that matter to him? Nope. Just needs the damn pallet of wood. Number 3, the fear and loathing of anyone who didn't come up through the ranks. Well, he didn't pay the master. He didn't starve and work hard like we did. He didn't, bust his ass. Her parents are rich. That's why she's famous. Doesn't have anything to do with that. You see, we're still loving that process. We had to come up through the ranks. We had to carry the gear for another photographer. We had to learn how to do this and that and some other damn thing. And they didn't have to do that. Too bad. It's process. What they are doing is delivering photographs. That's product. You can be in love with the process. You can be in love with the product. You might be able to be in love with both, but it better be product over process. And for too many photographers, it's not. The anger and derision of the beginner, number 4. Oh gosh. Get around a bunch of old-time photographers, they hate the newcomers. Oh, this guy, I don't know, I've seen his work. Anybody could do that. That's terrible. Well, you're 68 and she's 24. Then guess what? She's not making pictures for 68-year-olds anymore. Never did. Never will. She's making pictures for her people, her tribe, her demographic, her clients. Always gets me when I see photographers pissed off because a, quote, photographer wasn't good enough for them, but was getting jobs for, Vogue or Cosmopolitan or Outside magazine. Hey, guess what? The magazine thought they were good enough for them. Things change. When you love the process, nothing changes. The process remains your fixated point of work. The process. And you forget that the process only exists to produce the product. Oh, it's age old. And you know what? It's not just photography. It isn't. It's in a lot of things. Music, writers, the process. And number 5, the constant articles, posts, and memes of professional posturing. Whether it's a Facebook meme, telling us why photographers are so expensive. Don't you just love that? Why is your photographer so expensive? Well, by God, he had to buy this camera and that camera. He had to buy 2 lenses. He had to have backup. It's hard. It's just when you get involved in that process, it's so damn expensive and it's hard. Nobody cares. Do you go down to the pizza place and order pizza and say, hey, before you give me that pizza, I want to know all the ins and outs of how badly you suffered to build this pizza place. Because I might give you more money for the pizza if it was really, really hard. Because I'm a photographer and it's so hard. Things change, folks. Industries change. Marketing changes. Images that are desired changes. There used to be a time if you could swing and tilt a view camera, you could hang a shingle and get a job. Those days are gone. They're over. Forget them. There were times that if you could shoot a medium format, you could get a gig. Just if you owned a medium format, there were gigs you could get shooting catalog, putting towels on white seamless or light blue seamless, whatever frickin' seamless turns you on. And if you had enough strobe power to get f/22 and lots of depth of field, oh man, you could buy the gear and open the business. Those days are gone. They're not ever coming back. But if you love the process, you're still in love with that process. And you can't see that the product has changed. Photographers are in love with all things photography. And before somebody tries to jump in here and go snarky on with me, did I goof that up? Before somebody jumps in and gets all snarky with me, what I was going to say before the lips, teeth, whole thing. I'm not saying you shouldn't love what you do. I'm not saying that at all. You should absolutely love what you do. You should absolutely be enamored with excellence. You should absolutely love your product. But the process of making that product, it's just process. I can teach anybody how to do that. You can teach a monkey how to push a button. And with all the auto exposure shit, go for it. It's just a process. I would choose to tell you to photograph on the love of the product and let the process just be what it is. That's me getting a little serious on a Saturday afternoon. I hope you take it to heart. I appreciate it. I'll see you tomorrow.